everybody, my name's Ardendris, and welcome back to RWBYM World of Blocks. Last time, things went poorly, so I might or might not have opened a rift in the fabric of the universe, and Thaumcraft was going a little haywire. Like, Flux started building up real bad. As I said, literally tore a hole in the fabric of the universe. Had to deal with that, and by that I mean completely panic for like 30 minutes until it fixed itself by summoning a super strong monster that we had to face. So that happened. So last time we were dealing with that, we were like trying to rush through a few things, trying to get to the cleanup. And technically, we could close these rifts now. It's just very expensive and we don't really have everything we need. Elementum, Niter, Redstone, TNT, Viz Resonator, and Morphic Alembic. Morphic Resonator, rather. This one's it's not that hard to build the thing. It's just a very expensive infusion ritual. So I could do that. It's just the alienus and the vidium that were a bit difficult to track down. So technically, I could have fixed the rift if it didn't close itself. But we are also just like scanning through some other things, trying to find out how to do it. There was just a lot to go through, and I was basically panicking. But it did make me realize that it probably wasn't good to continue doing alchemy or thaumaturgy rather in the middle of the village, because some of our villagers ended up walking into the rift and taking pretty hefty damage. So, as you might have just seen over there based on where I was starting up, I built this in like this little uh, alcove of like all the pretty trees. Like I have great woods, silver woods. I use some of the cherry blossoms just because I love cherry blossoms a lot. I've made this thing, so we now have these nice bamboo stairs. Not sold on whether or not I'm going to keep those. But I use some of the sliding doors. First time we make these from Shinjufu, because they're pretty. These ones are like cherry blossom. And we have this, our little workshop. We have little air vents. Those were kind of accidental, but I decided to keep them. And here, basically just moved over everything we already have. That I kept outside because I don't want to burn the place down. And this is around back. Haven't reused it yet, obviously. So yeah, we have like an actual workstation for Thaumcraft now, instead of just relying on things not going terribly in the middle of the village like they did last time. So yeah, that's about what happened, and that's what happened between episodes. I ended up a little bit strapped for time, so this was a rush job of a build, and I didn't get to finish up on the wall. But hey, that stuff can happen later. But today I kind of want to keep going with Thaumcraft. I know it's been a couple episodes, but like I really enjoy this, except for when things go terribly wrong. And even that was fun. I was just very scatterbrained throughout that. But anyways, we also started up Hedge Alchemy, which was basically saying you could duplicate all of these things if you got the right materials. So basically that just required tossing one in for the materials, and then if you tossed in another one, you got two back and it completed the thing. So I just did that real quick. There's nothing fancy there. So we can click on this. Some things you simply have to craft from scratch. All I need is a base material to add a sencha to, and with a bit of luck I can manufacture a few relatively common but annoying to get materials. Okay, so if you put trap in, you can get string. Clay can be made with water and dirt. That's easy enough. String is wheat, bestia, and fabrico. Lava is a bucket with ignis and terra. Okay. So that's good to know, and I'm going to have to make all that stuff to continue on with that. So, bestia, that's simple. Fabrico's pretty simple. Water and dirt, that's about as easy as it gets. Like, sugarcane is a pretty good source of it. It has 3 water in it already. I'm sure there are probably better ones, but this is just the one I have on hand. And just a single piece of dirt. So, just like to prove how this works. Clay, that is very expensive for one clay ball, actually. That's a lot of work to get a single piece of clay. String, wheat, bestia, fabrico, simple enough. String with vinculum, bucket, terra, and ignis. Yeah, there's a lot of pretty simple things. So like that and Terra is in like cobblestone, pretty simple. So that, doop, doop, doop. And then if I grab my bucket and toss it in, I get a bucket of lava. Hot stuff. First time I do that, actually. There's actually a lot of good stuff in there. First time I scan a bucket of lava too. I'm just gonna do this for right now because I don't think I have an actual use for a lava bucket. Fabrico, Fabrico and Bestia. Bestia is, I think that's even in pork chops. Yeah, it's in pork chops. Fabrico is simple enough. Um, I think that's in like doors, trapdoors. Might be in like pressure plates, although I think those have something else as well. Ladders don't actually have anything. Fabrico. I'm sure I have something waiting around that already has it in it, right? Uh, oh, doors count as trap, interestingly enough, but not Fabrico. Okay, so that's that. I'm sure I have something with Fabrico in it. I know I've seen it before. Is it like is it like tools, maybe? Hold on, where are you? I, do sticks and, oh, that's interesting. Sticks and oak planks don't actually have stuff in them? That's weird. What has Fabrico in it? I know I've seen it before, obviously, but I don't remember. Oh, string has Fabrico. Never mind, found it. Oh, it's a bow, probably. Yeah, bows have a decent amount of the stuff in them. So head back over here. Just throw in like a couple pork chops and a bow, and I'll be able to get some string out of it. I forgot to grab wheat, actually, and I don't think I have any saved in here anymore. Nope. And this is just very quickly going through some like basic stuff that will help us out later so that we can get at the more cool stuff. But also today, after I just do like this little segment, I want to actually go through the start of Artifice because I have yet to do that somehow. Like that's just one of the basics and it's been sitting there the entire time. And that might actually have some things that I need pretty quickly. But anyways, you and you get string. Two, is it just one of you actually? It might just be one. Yeah, one of you. I'll throw in two in the bow, so I'm not wasting any. There we go. Hedge alchemy is completed. For now, my studies are complete, but who knows what other wondrous discoveries I will make in the future. Okay, so we could do bottled taint, liquid death, ever full urn, and the potion strayer if I get Essentia tubes. Those still require all of that stuff to get to put together. What is vinculum? I know I've seen it before, but I don't actually remember what it is. Vinculum is somewheres on this list. Oh, it's trap. That's simple enough. So just cook up a door. All right, cook up 2 doors will get me the vinculum I need for that. Alienist, cook up a couple of banners because we figured out those have alien. Bottled taint is, we're getting there. I've grown up a pretty decent amount of nether warts, and I just keep growing this because this is going to be my best source of the stuff. And yeah, so I can almost do Essentia tubes, and all that stuff will also help me out when it comes to making sure I don't have too much taint buildup anymore. So that's all well and good. So I'll hold off on the rest of this. Um, oh. An infinite water source is the ever full urn. Okay, not that important. Liquid death? Weed killer, control pests, interesting. Bottled taint. Should be able to warping level miner. Okay, so we're getting into the bad stuff. Do this, and you'll start getting flux poisoning and whatnot. Okay. Okay, so I could make taint myself, which will get me a whole lot more of Victus or Vintium. What if it's Vintium? Yeah, Vitium. So we'll do that at a later point. Anyways, let's actually start up on Artifice, because I should have started this a while ago. Although Flux Cleanup I can do after I get Vitium. flux artifice. Let's start up a new branch of magic then. I have learned much, and one of those things is how much more I still have to learn. The worlds revealed to me are arcane and mysterious, with many invisible wonders and dangers. I need a tool that'll allow me to see the unseen and ease my journey of discovery. The old text I have read make mention of a set of goggles commonly used by thaumaturges for just this purpose. Alas, the text does not mention exactly how they work, so I will need to design my own from first principles. I have penned my own designs based on the little information I could find and my own experimental findings. Time to put a theory into practice. Not only will the goggles reveal hidden things, but they will also reduce the viz cost of certain thaumaturgical tasks. Lastly, these goggles will allow me to see the viz or eccentric contents of objects in the world, which will prove a great boon, I am sure. These things! I've been wanting these things for a while and I keep forgetting about them. The most important thing I have learned, however, is the possibility of crafting delicate mechanical devices, using magic and imbuing them with arcane power. Okay, 2 thermometers, some alchemical brass, and some leather. That's pretty simple, and those are going to be super helpful. So, alchemical brass is simple enough. If I remember correctly, yes, just 5 instrumentum and some iron tossed in. I don't have any extra kicking around already. Instrumentum, I can just grab like an iron pickaxe. I'm sure I have some of those hanging around. Or I know I have a whole bunch of axes. Whee! Let's see. Axes has 12. That's actually more than enough. So one of these gets tossed in with two pieces of iron. That, and that. I need 4 pieces of gold and a pane. I think I had one more glass pane waiting around somewhere, but I don't remember where I put it. Let me find it real quick. It's probably in one of the random chests. I thought I had an extra glass pane, but I couldn't find it, so I guess I'll just make more. And I should actually make 2 of these things, because I do want to keep the one I already have. 120 Vs. Might as well just do this real quick. Yeah, I wanted to double check to make sure they couldn't go into a bauble slot. Really? I don't see one of you the entire time I'm doing prep work, but as soon as I actually go to do the thing itself, you pop up every time. This happens like more or less every time I go to do anything. Come on, you're like 2 hits away. Come back, I want to finish you off. Are you coming back? Where? Ow! Jump scared. That was very rude. Anyways, thermometer 1, thermometer 2. I haven't actually scanned you yet, apparently. So there's that. And so gets us the goggles of revealing. These go on the head bauble, so I don't actually have to remove my helmet. Aw, sadly they don't actually show up. I was kind of hoping to get some cool goggles. What if I put them here instead? Like, if I put them there, and then I also take off you. Aw, they show up on there, but not in when they're in the bauble slot. That's a little sad. It would be cool to have these on. But anyways, they're like that. And that doesn't have anything at 95, 103, 113 rather, 18. Yeah, just like a little pop-up saying how much is in everything. That's perfect. Did I ever grab the, I think I left some of the jars over here while I was moving things. Yep. I left behind the herba and the Ordo. Might as well grab these, make sure I actually have them. And I can actually switch back into my regular gear now. Whee! I am so used to the extra speed boost, like trying to switch away from them at this point would be a bit rough. Ordo. Herba. Victus gets stacked just because I don't have any other space, and that's fine. But anyways, we can now discover colomancy, or we jump into the artifice tree. The golems are adorable, but I don't think I actually care about having them rounding around just right now. So let's do basic artifice. Maybe there's a lot here. I am now ready to begin crafting magical mechanisms and intricate arcane devices. Okay, now we can make the mirrored glass. That's actually good, because that allows us to make a sanity checker. So now that we know about this, let's actually do this. Mirrored glass and the sanity checker, which is on this screen. 3 brass nuggets, 2 zombie brains, which I should maybe bring over. Okay, so that's all simple enough. I just have to go grab the things. I want to make sure I'm not completely losing my mind. That would be rough. So, zombie brains are on... Here they are. I was like, they should be here, but I didn't see them immediately. Have I scanned those? I have. Just making sure. Anyways, alchemical brass means I need more tools. Just like iron axes will do. Away! Ow. Away! Okay, so that gets tossed in there. 2 more iron nuggets, or 2 more iron ingots, rather. You get like you. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, and bop. Once again, I should just like hang out in this armor for a little bit, although it's so much slower. Sanity checker. There's actually a lot of stuff in this thing. Scan it just to do it. And... I'm mostly fine. My sanity's a little... You can see like a little bit of purple on there, but it's not too bad. So just keep an eye on that. But anyways, artifice, where were we? We can do the basics. We have the goggles. We can make simple, complex... simple and complex mechanisms. Those will all get used for various things in the artifice tree, I'm assuming. What do we have? Dioptra, Grappler, Hungry Chest, Infernal Furnace, Redstone Relays, Power Generators, Mirror Magic, Arcane Lamps, what do Arcane Hungry Chests, okay, items that will be consumed, a chest and a hopper, we'll get the Hungry Chest, Arcane Grappler, needs Artifice, Dioptra. Let's see what the Dioptra is, shall we? There's just like so much stuff. While a thermometer will show me the local aura, it would be useful to be able to get a general overview of the aura in a larger area. A device like this should be simple enough to design and make. Okay. As I expected, it was not hard to expand on the workings of the thermometer to design the thermic dioptra. This device allows a thaumaturge to see the surrounding aura in a simple and clear manner. It will render the aura in a 13-chunk diameter area around it as a simple height map. It can also be switched to show flux instead by simply clicking on it. A comparator can be connected if you want to monitor the aura or flux level of the chunk in which it is placed. Okay, so not super expensive, just a couple iron plates, some arcane stone, which I think I have some left over. Yep, a Viz resonator, and a thermometer, simple enough. And then we can see like the aura in a larger scale. We'll probably build one of those in a bit. But what's the arcane pattern crafter? Okay, we need Golemancy and Artifice Theory first. Certain objects are very simple to craft. Simply place the same type of item in a pattern and you will get what you want. For example, combining 2 wood planks to make a stick, or a single ingot makes 9 nuggets. This process is so simple that I am sure there's a way to automate it. I have some theories I need to try. Okay, so that's automated crafting. Not really what I'm after right now. Infernal Furnace. Get obsidian, nether brick, and blaze rod. I found that a large part of my day tends to be taken up by smelting things in a furnace. Surely there is a way I can make this less of a chore. Time to go somewhere hot for inspiration, somewhere really hot. Okay, so like a better furnace. Um, Hungry chest. I should start with some simple projects to test my theories on animating inanimate objects. The humble hopper has proven an invaluable tool, but it requires a lot of iron to craft. Sometimes you simply do not have the iron to spare for something that, at its most basic, places objects into chests. But what if chests could gather their own items? Okay, so that's a chest that will run around doing its own thing. Arcane levitator, arcane bellows, somewhat upgrades to these two, I'm assuming. Redstone relay, generators, arcane ear. Let's go down this left path, I think, the arcane lamp. My laboratory has seemed quite gloomy of late. I should find a way to light it more effectively. This mystical lamp can be attached to walls, floors, or ceilings, and will provide strong and steady light. Additional sources of light may also appear up to 16 blocks away, wherever light levels fall below accepted safe levels. Remember, only you can prevent zombie outbreaks. These secondary sources of light will disappear soon after the lamp has been removed. The lamp can be turned off by applying a redstone signal. Okay, so an amber block and 4 iron plates will make this. That's simple. That's actually really simple. Why not? We have plenty of amber and iron plates are super easy. So 3 of these. I hear ya. Ah, you're so annoying. I dislike guys. Anyways, I need to get a little bit more iron because I don't currently have enough. Go away. And as is typical for me, inventory management is such a struggle. Anyways, there's you. And I just need to grab out 9 amber. Like so. Or not. Oh, it's only 4. That's much simpler. Anyways, so. And so gets us the arcane lamp. I'm just going to stick this thing to the ceiling, I guess. I don't have a good center point, actually. How does this thing look? Where? So it's just like this lamp sitting out front, and supposedly within 16 blocks, it will place like imaginary lights to help make sure the mobs don't spawn. That sounds kind of cool. Let's actually just put this like right next to the door, I suppose. I thought it didn't get picked up for a second and got concerned. Anyways, this thing, actually some decent stuff in there. I'm just going to put it right there. Simple enough. Next up is mirror magic. That's going to require artifice. I'm going to need a mirrored glass again. And ender pearl. Raids. Raids and Geist, though they're kind of just getting on my nerves at this point. Anyways, let me go deal with that real quick and then we'll get back to this. Okay, so raid's been dealt with. Everything is fine. Let's actually continue on with this mirror magic that we were just looking at. Sadly, I only have 2 ender pearls, so this is rather expensive. Lamp of fertility and lamp of growth, actually. Do those make them grow better? So I'm assuming the light will make plants grow and fertility will make animals breed? Um, no idea about this one. Control and then wheat and carrots. I'm assuming maybe. Anyways, mirror magic. I actually need theory of artifice, which I don't have yet. I'm gonna need to make more paper in here. I already have sugarcane on me. So, just like so, there's hopefully enough to finish at least once. And I have no idea how much artifice theory I already have. I don't think it's much, if any. Oh yeah, I literally have no theory on artifice just yet. So, craft theory, calibrate. Oh yeah, I have done absolutely nothing with artifice. So obviously, I have no theory for artifice just yet. Makes sense. Eastern and first quarter, I don't believe I have. Eastern first quarter, apparently I do. So there's you. Experimentation, I guess. Concentrate for you. Awareness. Oromancy, not getting super lucky. Ponder, because why not? And fine, spellbinding, which sadly makes me get less oromancy than before. Tinker. If I get a sticky piston, I'll get a whole bunch of artifice. That's simple enough. I might even already have that in a chest somewheres. Let me go double check. I think I've gotten like an actual piston at some point. I don't know if I have a sticky piston. Do I not have a sticky piston, I guess? Or a regular piston? I guess I don't think... Okay, then. Thank you for sharing. I know I have slime balls over there, so it's not even that difficult to get. I was just hoping I wouldn't have to make one. So, piece of iron, piece of redstone, and slime ball. Not like that. I also need 3 pieces of wood. So, 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 regular piston, sticky piston, and thus we can tinker, and we'll get 72 artifice, which isn't enough. So I'll just run through again, and hopefully we pick up at least a little bit more. We shouldn't need too much. Okay, artifice things are literally just craft a bunch of random nonsense, because now it wants a compass, it just made me make a clock. But there we go, we have 1 level of theory artifice, which means we can do mirror magic. My Thaumonomicon provides some tantalizing hints that mirrors have many mystical uses. One such use is the ability to link physical locations via mirrors, and the use is sympathetic magic. The book does nothing more than to provide hints, however. As usual, I will have to figure out things myself. Complete. Magic Mirror. Ooh, there's another Ender Pearl. Modus, Permutatio, and Tenebrae. Ender Pearl's the only super expensive thing there, because I only have the one. I am now able to enchant a pair of magical mirrors that act as doorways to the void between the worlds. Anything shoved or piped through one mirror will pass through this strange realm and emerge from the other mirror, even across dimensional boundaries. Unfortunately, this realm is extremely hostile to mortal creatures like myself. Still, using these mirrors to transport living creatures is not yet possible. To link a pair of these magical mirrors, you simply need to place one of them in a desired location. You then right-click with a second mirror on the one you placed, and the pair will become linked. You may then place the second wherever you wish, and items thrown into one will be ejected out the other. Mirrors can only be linked in pairs, so while both are placed in the world and able to transmit items, you cannot link them to another mirror. When you pick up a mirror, it will remember the last partner it was linked with, allowing you to easily move it without having to relink. When one of the paired mirrors is picked up, you may easily relink either of them. Transporting items through mirrors places stress on the magical aura. Every now and again, this causes flux to be generated. The more items you transport, the more flux is generated. Okay, so kind of cool, but it's for like item transfers. We don't care too much about that. What is a magical hand mirror? Okay, so hand mirror. Okay, so I think I see how this could be easy or nice. Set up a hungry chest, which I believe moves around and picks things up on its own. And a magic mirror here. And then have like this hand one in your inventory and like toss things through and the hungry chest will pick it up for you. Though, would this area have to be preloaded? I'm not sure. Essentia mirrors, though. Magical mirrors are very useful for transporting items over long distances. But what if that same principle can be applied to Essentia? Okay, that could be nice if I could like set up a mirror elsewhere and bring Essentia over here. Although it's seeming like mirrors probably aren't super plausible for me to do right now, and maybe not even that helpful. Actually, that kind of seems like a lot of artifice. Artifice just might not be very important to me. Oh, it will use a rare earth. I want to do the arcane grappler. But I kind of want to do the arcane grappler anyways. Do I have one more? I do. The arcane grappler. In my endeavors thus far, I have learned an important fact. Mobility is key, definitely. I should create a tool that will allow me to traverse difficult terrain with ease. I believe magnets are the answer. Rare earths can be used to create magnets, but they are limited in what they can stick to. If I can enhance their innate magnetic properties with some form of sympathetic magic, it should allow them to stick to anything. Okay, so I need more artifice theory. I'll see you in another moment. Okay, there we go. It took me a few run-throughs, but I finally have it. Close the door. And thus we can do the arcane grappler. By manipulating magnets with V's and a few key enchantments, they are able to stick to virtually anything. I'm calling this phenomenon arcanomagnetism. I am sure I will find many uses for this, but for now I have used this knowledge to create an arcane grappler. The launcher fires a brass globe enhanced with arcanomagnets that will attach to any block it comes into contact with. The globe in turn is attached to the launcher with a spool of rope that will reel the user towards the globe, allowing him to access to previously inaccessible locations. The user can detach the globe at any point by crouching. I should take care using the grappler, as it does not protect me from falling, and it is possible to gain impressive speeds if pulled far enough. The grappler requires V's to function and will need to be recharged. Okay. So I need 2 iron plates, a plank, brass plates, some pretty simple stuff, grappler head. That's way more arcane earth than I currently have available. So I get arcane earth when I mine up amber. So I think my best shot, if I want to make that real quick, is going to be heading underground and like picking up as much amber as I can, and hopefully getting arcane earth with it. I suppose that's what I'm going to get up to now then, although I think I need to deal with inventory stuff first. But so far, the artifice stuff is kind of cool, but none of it's going to be super useful for any of our purposes, which is kind of how I feel about Gullimancy too. So, I don't know really. Like, Thumbcraft is cool. Boots of the Traveler. Ooh, I can actually do this now. Hold on. I need to create something that will ease my travels. I should examine the mechanics of movement and how one can go about improving it. I've designed a pair of enchanted boots that will ease the journey of any traveler. They will allow one to move faster, jump higher, and fall further. Lastly, they allow you to cut through water like a fish. A slow and clumsy fish, but a fish nonetheless. This power does, however, have a cost. The boots need to be charged with V's for their abilities to function. How do I make you? Enchanted fabric is pretty simple. Feather, fish, air crystals, a whole bunch of modus, and a whole bunch of volatus. I'm assuming you get volatus from feathers, but I'm not entirely sure. And I need metallurgy before I can start getting into the other stuff in infusion. Headband of Curiosity. I don't want to do this too. I think we read that one before. My theory has proven correct. I have found a way to extract fragments of knowledge from experience orbs. These parcels of knowledge are very small, but may provide useful snippets of insight into certain kinds of research. I've drawn up designs for a headband that will, when worn, will absorb half the experience from any orbs I collect and turn it into research knowledge. The rate of return is very low, but every little bit helps. Okay, that's very expensive for something I don't think I really care about. I'd rather just have the goggles on always. But, I want to see about getting those boots of the Traveler. That's not going to be too difficult. It's just a whole bunch of modus and volatus I'll have to pick up. I think feathers actually have both of them already in them. I think all my feathers are over there. So I'll have to double check that when I get back. But I am about to head down underground to see about picking up any arcane dirt. Just double checking to see if I had any feathers over here so I could double check what's in them. But yeah, I'm gonna head down there. I'm gonna pick up as much amber as I can find. All this stuff can just get tossed in here for now. And see if I can't get lucky with arcane earth at the same time. So, yeah, I'll just see you in a bit, I think. Ow. Well, you're a useful find. Apparently, there's an Enderman spawner under the village. I'm just going to see if I can pick up a couple of you real quick. I was getting kind of worried, like those are used for a few things and they're kind of important just to have besides. But the fact that I can get any of them is really good. Can I get up in that chest, please? Really? Really? You can go right away, too. I have not gotten super lucky with amber, with the ancient earth just yet. I've mined up some amount of it, but I've only managed to find... Ow. This is going poorly. I'm trying to talk and do 4 things at once, and my mind is not keeping up. Anyways, I haven't gotten super lucky with arcane earth. I've mined up a little bit of amber and only gotten 1. I am likely gonna die in this pit. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I'm still hunting. I'm gonna have to mark this place just so I know where it is. It's been a while since I've used it. Blink. Ow. You can go right away. I am done with your nonsense. Anyways, I'm gonna mark this place trying to remember that these are here. Ender. And, I'm getting back to the old Earth hunt, so I'll see you in another bit. Okay, so I just got confirmation that the Verdant Charm works on Wither. I figured I'd take a purposeful hit there just to make sure, because obviously those things are very dangerous. Wither is a huge pain to deal with. So I took a hit in a controlled environment just to make sure that it worked how I really hoped it did, and indeed it does. So, yay, we're actually wither-proof, although it took 20 Viz charge out of the thing for each time it did that. So, that thing's gonna need pretty constant charging that we're gonna have to worry about. But, yeah, I just keep getting distracted from my current hunt. Still on the look for it. Still on the look for the old Earth. Although, I think I'm also getting an Aerodactyl. Either that or a T-Rex. It's because, ow, that just bust through some aura and then just killed me anyways. Okay, that's the third time I die on this mining expedition. But, yeah, I got these things called Preserved Curiosities. I have no idea what they are. They just have Bestia and Cognito in them. What other use they might have besides that, I have no idea. But they're kind of cool looking. And, definitely based off the idea, which actually Aerodactyl's based off this idea too, that you can... Oh, come on! I, I dislike those raids a lot. Like, they are only a distraction from doing everything else I actually want to do for something kind of menial and boring. Anyways, I'll head up there to fix those in a minute. And after that, this is the last time we're coming back in until we get the, until we get those last pieces of ancient earth we need. Because I'm still only at one of the 4 we need. So I'll see you in another minute. It took me a silly long time to actually find 4 of these things, and my inventory is a complete mess. And I've taken a number of deaths. Oh yeah, I still have to deal with that raid. I almost forgot about that nonsense on top of it.
Who wants to fight?
I don't really want to fight you. I just want you all to go away and never come back, actually. Like, the only reason I haven't turned off raids yet is because they're minor threat if I don't deal with them, because eventually they might touch the villagers, but I've never seen it happen. And they give me the special books. Anyways, I have so much random nonsense. Ooh, I actually got a ruby nameless and a Balkan wood. I knew about one of those, but I guess I picked up 2 special souls. Strawberry. I picked up a couple of random food items, apparently. Anyways, I just have a few raid things to deal with real quick. That was a mistake. I meant to hit 1 there. And this is how they end up hiding in the pit, in the cave somewheres. But anyways, yeah, it took me like 30 minutes to actually gather 4 of these things. Like, it took a silly long time. This one's running around down here somewheres, and I gotta find it now before it jumps too far away. Oh, look, creepers. I can get extra gunpowder, too. Oh, wait, no, it isn't all the way down here just yet. Okay, never mind. I'll deal with those things in a minute. Let's head back upstairs to the village, and let's head over here so that we can make the grappling hook real quick. And looking at the time, I was considering making both the grappling hook and the boots of the traveler today, but we really only have time for one. Oh, I got very frustrated. I'm trying to catch my breath out of it because I've been running around trying to find anything good for like a half hour now, and it definitely got to me a little bit. Anyways, let me dump inventory stuff and let me go get this actually going. I need a moment. Okay, so I went ahead and made a little bit more alchemical brass, dealt with some inventory stuff, but not all of it, because there's always more junk. I also desperately need to light the place up around here a little bit better, because I definitely just took a death to a gorilla that was hanging out outside. Anyways, I have a whole bunch of brass that I need to turn into plates, And hopefully that's enough. I've already made 2 tripwire hooks. But anyways, to make the grappler, I need a plank, a plate, those things for grappler head. Needs 4 of you. So one of these, 4 of yous in the corner, and then I use the 4 rare earths in here. I have a decent amount of viz. 23. Let's pull out the suits, which is somewheres in this huge mess. Where are the pants? There they are. So, not you. That. I should set up an armor stand in here and just set this up so that I just go up and just like switch them over side to side. Because I'm not going to be using this stuff anywhere but in here. Anyways, grappler head. Simple enough. Need the grappler spool, which is that, which is again not too difficult. Although I think I can make one more, I can make 2 more brass plates. So there's this, and then I use the tripwire and the string like so to make the spool. And then the spool goes in the top right, that goes in the left. I need 1 more plate, thankfully I have just enough of this. So, or that's in the wrong spot, but I'll move it over in just a second. And if I go like so, I can then get the arcane grappler, which just needs to charge up. It shouldn't take too long for that to happen. 30, 35, 40. How long is the charging process? Like, that's been going for only a second. It's at 75. Okay, that's like 5 a second. This one actually only maxes out at 100, however. So thus we have the arcane grappler. Okay, that looks cool. That's not going to be helpful against the bird, however. Okay, it is affected by gravity, and I know I will take fall damage from it if I'm not careful. How long range is it? Okay, it's not... I press shift to turn it off. So it's not that insane, but it is kind of cool. And it looks kind of cool in my... I grabbed something, apparently. I really just put myself in a pit with that? Okay. So, this is a very cool tool. 89. 88. Yeah, it uses... Yeah, it looks like it uses 1 charge every time you use it. So, I can use that thing a lot, and it's not too difficult to recharge it. But, that's not going to be helpful against Big Bird that we're trying to face down, but it is somewhat cool just to get around. But, that's a step towards a new branch of magic. Sadly, I was hoping there would be some really cool stuff in artificery that would be very helpful to us in combat. But it seems like this is a lot of utility stuff. Nothing that's really going to be helpful against our big bird. That's also how Gollemancy, I'm fairly certain, is going to be. So, Oromancy and Infusion seems like those are the 2 that are most helpful for combat. So therefore, we should stick to those 2 schools as much as possible. I should get Oromancy up and running, and I should continue on with Oromancy, sorry. It's been a while since we've actually done anything with it. We made the 2 basic ones and then nothing else. So, yeah, next time we're going to make the Boots of the Traveler. That's going to be nice, because those things are pretty helpful. And then we need to do Metallurgy, which we got stuck on. What did we need? We needed to make Thaumium. That's just magic and earth with an iron ingot. We could have made that a while ago and we just haven't. So next time we'll probably make one of those so that we can do metallurgy. And then we'll use metallurgy to continue on with infusion. All that good stuff, so on and so forth. That's all well and cool. But anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So without further ado, take care everybody.